All right, we are back via Q&A with your next question. This one comes from, we love when we have male listeners, right?
I
Especially a
know.
male listener who cares about his wife's career. So let's see
Yes.
what listener Kevin has to say. He calls
Kevin,
himself a,
I hope you used your
yeah.
fake name because your wife might listen like, oh, really? That's what we're doing? I mean, it's not a bad letter, but I'm just saying, just
How
FYI,
many
Kevin, you
Kevins are
gave
out
us your
there? Come
name.
on now.
You gave us his name, Kevin. All right, continue. Sorry.
Kevin says, please help a frustrated husband. My wife is the love of my life. Aw. And we have an outstanding marriage, and we just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. She is twice
Okay.
as smart as me, more organized, gorgeous, and is outstanding at her job. I see how you made it
Oh,
25 years, Kevin. Keep it
yes.
up. In her most recent job, they continue to offer her promotions for supervising jobs, but she has turned down 3 times now. When I ask her why, she says she doesn't want the stress of being responsible for others. Normally, I would understand, but she comes home every day and talks about the issues at the job and how to solve them. And as a nonprofit CEO, I always tell her she sounds like a supervisor.
Mm.
I think this is a great opportunity for her to grow, plus, it will be a significant increase in income. I've repeated the stats about women's pay equity over and over, and even talked about what a great example this would be for our daughter. Still, she says she's fine, but I believe she is just scared. Please help.
Ooh, Kevin, touchy, touchy.
Yeah.
So, well, one, we have to understand that there are some people who are not motivated by external things like more money, and especially if they're fine,
Mm,
and like like prestige, like I'm a supervisor, and I know this because Jarrell, my husband, was like that. I could not understand. I'm like, they want to make you a super and they want to do this and they want to do that. And he'd be like, yeah, but I'm fine. And I thought, like, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought like maybe it's laziness. But now that he's no longer here and I see the legacy he left behind of how much he was in his family's life, how much he was serving the people around us, that Jarrell had mastered the understanding of the word enough, that he knew what enough looked like, that he was like, because I understand external enough, it allows me to have more than enough internally, meaning I have more time for my wife, my daughter, my twin brother, my sister, my family, my friends, my neighbors, and he would not have had that extra time and energy to pour into the people he cared about if he leaned into the external more. Now, I'm the opposite. I'd be like, get it, more, 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 like, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's no better or worse. But I've gotten more clarity with him not being here and really getting like stories from people that I'm like, okay, it wasn't that he didn't like aspire to more as far as like what I thought more meaning better, that he just aspired to enough. And I don't know if that's for your wife, but I think a conversation of really getting to the bottom before you say, I think because she's scared, maybe that's not what it is. Maybe she just knows what enough looks like for her, but she might be scared. So having an open ended conversation with her about, like, walk me through like your ideal life. Like, what is it that you see? What is it you're wanting for us, for our daughter, for our family, for our future? Because you might find that, yes, it's fear, or, this is not really what she wants to do with the rest of her life. Or you might find that she actually is good. She's a rare person that has identified what enough is and sees that she has it and doesn't want to trade in for more external validation, which would leave her less for you and your family.
mm. Yeah, I think that's all really, really smart and wise. I feel like with Kevin, he says that he respects his wife and sees a lot of potential in her too. But I feel like something is missing here. Sometimes when a woman doesn't want to reach for more and doesn't want to supervise and be a manager,
Mhm.
she may be getting the feeling and maybe she's not able to articulate it, but that environment is not going to be an environment where she can actually thrive as a leader.
Yeah.
And what could be holding her back from wanting to reach for a supervisor position is maybe she sees other managers not getting the support that they need to succeed. Like, just
Mm.
because she's got the good stuff, and I believe you when you say she can be an incredible supervisor, I know there's so many untapped gems out there. Am I saying gem because you just got that whole gem
Jen,
thing in my head?
Ooh, I got you,
There's so
girl.
many untapped Like I've said it before, I think Black women are the most underutilized resource in corporate America.
Hmm.
So much great leadership potential, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Should we aim for more? Like if she's in a hostile environment where women of color are not able to succeed and thrive, she may just be wanting to protect herself. And for
Yeah.
that, I'm like, okay, respect her wishes there.
Yeah.
That being said, like maybe talk to her more about her ambitions, like Tiff said, and ask her what she's looking for. Maybe the right space for her is not the place where she's at now.
Hmm.
And, and maybe you can, it's so hard to tell people to help people get to where you think that they should be.
Hmm.
I've had to learn how to just shut up and listen to where they think they should be and
Yes.
then trust that they know themselves enough.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
Kevin,
girl, rewind that back. That was great. That
my husband's
giving
like,
her,
say that louder for the me in the
I
back.
know, literally trust that people know themselves enough to know what they actually want. I get it, because sometimes we're like, they don't know. Because, if he could just get a little push, if only Jarrell just knew. And he's like, yeah, so you know how you're 42? So am I. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just
A
like,
whole adult.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, save that for the baby. I got it. I know myself. And so, but,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that's also too with our partners that we're wanting what's best and better and more. But here's the thing, more is not always better. Just know that, Kevin, that there's nothing more expensive than money. That money costs a lot to make. Money costs a lot to chase. It costs family time, it costs energy, it costs sometimes health. Sometimes it even costs people happiness. Money costs a lot to make. And she might realize that the cost to make more and to do more is just not one that she's willing to pay, despite the fact that she has the knowledge. So asking open-ended questions, I think, is just a good place to start. And like, honestly, Kevin, I want to know how it goes, Kevin. This is not a one and done, bruh. No. You don't drop a good question
Yeah.
like this. Like, have the conversation. And even maybe if you don't know how to broach the conversation, maybe have her listen to this part of the episode, and then be like, babe, does that resonate with you? And then, then it can start off the conversation, because like, sis, like, tell us why, just why, because we'd love to know.
It, it may
Yeah.
make
And
you, Kevin, who you say you're a CEO at a nonprofit, it may make you a better leader to understand why someone with her
yes,
potential wouldn't want to step up. Like, what is it
yes,
about that organization that has made her feel like she wouldn't be happy supervising people? Something is
yes,
missing. Like, that's what I want you to figure
yes,
out, Kevin. What is it about that place that has shown her that she doesn't, it's not worth her giving her best? They don't deserve her best. And
yeah,
honestly, then that last piece that keeps sticking with me is where he says that he wants her to, she could set a good example for their daughter.
mm-hmm.
It's like rubbing me the wrong way. I get what he's trying to say. He wants to be an ally and all of that, but
Yeah,
uh, there's, it's your idea of what a good example for your daughter could be, but I'm sure your wife is a great example in so many other ways, and
yes.
what is your perception of what like a role
A
model
good,
can be? And
yeah, like a woman
and
that like sacrifices all to get more, or a woman that is home and present
yeah,
and has chosen her family over all else. Like, is that not also a good example? So yeah, don't say that part to her, Kevin. So, at
I
one point,
believe you can have both. I believe you can be, this is the thing, like I talk to women every day who are struggling with this, and it's like you can have both. And I've been
yeah,
fortunate to work at the kind of places where you can be a leader and still be, they don't expect you to pretend like, they don't expect you
mhm,
to work as if you don't have a family. They
yeah,
actually expect you to bring it to the table. But, in this case, I think it's just about, helping her get to a place where she can like not for the sake of having more power and for the sake of being a supervisor, step up and do it at a place that will not help her thrive and will actually, could potentially become toxic or make her really unhappy and miserable. You know, maybe it's just about, again, like listening to her and listening to what she wants and what it is that she feels like she's missing at this organization. And I would involve your daughter in that conversation. I think it's a great example of a woman
mm,
thinking strategically and critically about not just doing a good job for the sake of doing a good job, but doing a good job and doing great work at a place that deserves it. You know,
yeah. I love that.
um,
Ooh, I'm excited, Kevin. Let us know how it goes.
yeah.
If you have to sleep on the couch, that's not our fault.
I don't think I don't think any man
I
who
don't think
listens to
so.
Brown Ambition and is 25 years into marriage is sleeping on the couch. He's gonna be
Yeah,
all
I
right.
agree. He's gonna be all right. If you have questions, please ask them. We love questions like this. You know, you don't have to give your real name. If you're going to give us like a phone name, make it fun. But you can ask us at brownambitionpodcast.com. Ask anything. Click that button. Slide into our DMs. The Brown, was it the BA
Brown
podcast
Ambition
on Brown
Brown
Ambition
Ambition
Pod
Podcast on Instagram.
mm-hmm.
We are at the BA Podcast on Twitter.
on Twitter. Slide into the DMs and ask us questions about career, about money, even about life, child. We answer those too. So yeah, another great episode, if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself. Hey, BA fam. We're on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And while you're at it, why don't you go over to that little bell icon and just tap that for us. Show the BA fam how much you love us. And that way you'll also get notifications when new videos drop. Also, share the channel with a friend. We're always like, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And thank y'all so much again for all the support.